So my name is Phillip Jordinelli. I run the substance use treatment program at KANA, and I've been doing that since 2013. And this program includes outpatient substance use treatment, intensive outpatient treatment. It also includes individual counseling, group counseling, case management services, referrals, and other substance-related programs. And then we also oversee the Batterers Intervention Program for domestic violence offenders. And then we run those groups through this building at Carolyn Street. I joined the United States Coast Guard in 1990 out of Cerritos, California, which is part of Southern California. I wasn't sure what service I wanted to go into. I was about 20 at the time. I heard that the Coast Guard saves lives and doesn't take lives, and I heard all these positive things about it, so I decided to try it out. So I joined there. I went to boot camp in New Jersey. It was Cape May, New Jersey, for 8 weeks. First time I'd ever been on an airplane was to go into New Jersey, so that was quite an experience. So then from New Jersey, my first duty station was Kodiak, Alaska, Support Center Kodiak. And that was my first experience. And I said I wanted to be somewhere so different from California. And I'll try this Kodiak thing. And I got here, and it was crazy to me that it was raining in July. I never thought that was not normal in Southern California. So I decided to, immerse myself into the culture. I love the outdoors. I love climbing mountains. I love the ocean. I loved what I really liked about Kodiak was it was semi-isolated. It wasn't like Los Angeles or one of the big cities in California. And I really liked the people here. And I met my wife here, in fact. That I got into military counseling. I was in communications, and then there was an opportunity for me to go into the Navy Marine Corps substance abuse counseling training center. It was 2 months in Point Loma, San Diego. And there I became a certified military counselor for the Coast Guard. And then I came back to Kodiak and became a substance use addictions prevention specialist. And I provided prevention services for the Coast Guard for the whole state of Alaska. So I went to Tok, I went to Barrel, I went to Two. So I went to all the Coast Guard stations, and I provided training and assessments, and that's how I got my foot into the door. I was a senior chief at that time, which was an E8, and I was lucky enough to make warrant officer. So out of warrant officer, I was supposed to go to California, and then they said, hey, there's an opening back in Kodiak, Alaska. Do you want to go back to Kodiak? And I had to ask my wife. I said, do you want to go back? And she's like, sure, let's go. So in 2015, they wanted me to transfer, and I said, you know what? I think I want to stay in Kodiak, and I want to work full-time in substance use, and not just do it part-time, because that's kind of what I was doing. And then I retired in 2015. I was lucky enough to be able to work full-time at KANA, and that was the same time KANA had taken over the veterans and the TRICARE. So I wanted to work with military members still, and I was lucky enough to get that at the time, and since then it's been great. And I love working with veterans and Coast Guard members and Navy SEALs and National Guardsmen, and I think that's why I felt it was time to retire. But I really appreciate my time. It was 25 years in the Coast Guard, and I was lucky enough to work with all branches of the military service. And it was my privilege to do that. My son's in the Coast Guard now. So my son graduated in 2015, the same year I retired, and I had the privilege and the honor to swear him into the Coast Guard because I was active duty. And now he's back in Hawaii, and he just got a patrol boat. Well, being on the Coast Guard was a way for me to serve my country. It was something I really wanted to do. It was a way for me to give back. It was a way for me to support my family, that I knew I would get all the benefits, and I knew I would be able to travel, and I knew I was able to go into a community that was very supportive. And the people I met in the military was phenomenal. And the places I was able to go, and the things I was able to do, which not a normal civilian could do. But a lot of respect to all the services. We have the Navy SEAL detachment here, we have the National Guardsmen, we have all kinds of, even Navy comes up here once in a while. So it's definitely an honor to work with those members.